recession, depression, and unemployment, this song's for you. Today's a new day. Welcome to Monday Mornings with Rodney. I want to talk to you a few minutes today. Looking at Isaiah chapter 38, verses 1 and 2, talks about setting your house in order. And reading about that, it deals with King Hezekiah as he was became ill with sickness and disease. That he turned to the prophet, and the prophet came to him and told him to set his house in order, that he was surely going to die. And so he had to make some changes in his life as he turned to the wall and prayed to God. But as I read about that and began to look into it, there's one phrase that caught my attention in that, and it says that you have to be fit to die. The one who is fit to die is fit to live. So I thought about that, and I began to just let that thought run through my mind, and I'm like, those who are fit to die or fit to live, what does that mean? What is that saying to us? So I'm looking at, if I'm going to set my house in order, if I'm going to have all my eggs in a row, and I'm ready, and I have done everything that I can possibly do in this life, and I have set things in order, I'm in right relationship with God, then I'm fit to die. But looking at those who have put things in order, put things in proper perspective, and they're not worried about death, they're not worried about what's going to happen when that time comes, then those are the ones who are also fit to live. Not only are you fit to live here, but you're fit to live in the kingdom, because you have came to that covenant relationship with God the Almighty. You have called upon His name. You have been covered by His blood. You are now in relationship. You're trying to live every day as if it's your last day here. And King Hezekiah had to come to the understanding that he had to put things in proper perspective in his life, and he was ready to take on the next road that would come forth in his life, would be the end of his life. But don't you know, God, as he prayed to God, he was given, he was added, days were added on to him, years were added on to him, because he actually prayed to God, and he seeked God out in his time of trouble. We have to not always get so disappointed, so down and out when we get grim diagnosis, and people have told us things, and things have hurt our feelings, and we just give up on life. We give up on each other. Sometimes you just need to just stop. Look at how you're living. Look at how things are around you, and that you can put yourself back in the spotlight. You can put yourself back, say, I'm looking around, this isn't right and that isn't right. And we talked about it a little bit before last week, but once we look at it, we recognize that we begin to fix the things around us, and we won't just give up on life. We won't just let the little things that people say discourage us, and we begin to give up. Sometimes you have to turn your face to the wall and seek God. Turn your face to the wall and say, Lord, what is that you will have me to do? I ask you to direct my path. I ask you to help me set things in order the way you would have it to go. We just can't just be so easily beset by every little thing, that we have to be strong enough to understand that Satan is not the one who brings problems in our lives all the time. It's not always him. Sometimes God allows us to go through things to prepare us, go through things to get our attention, so we can begin to reflect on how we're living. We can begin to reflect on the things around us. And sometimes we sit there in the midst of all these problems, and we become immune to the problem, that we don't even begin to think that it is a problem. But what we need to do is God grabs our attention, and as we reflect, as we turn our face to the wall like King Hezekiah did, and he began to reflect on the things in life that needs to be fixed, and we begin to fix those things, then our lives begin to free up, because we're moving, we're elevating, we're generating new life out of the situation that we were in. those who are fit to die are fit to live. We have to really look at that. I want you to really think about that statement that I live my life this day as if though it was my last day. If though I knew that this was it. And sometimes you go and you try to make things right because you've heard of people who've been on their deathbed. You heard of people that they did these things like they knew it was that time. Well, okay, why can't we just not know that it's that time and just go out and do it anyway? Go out and begin to try to fix our problems anyway, trying to make things right, because it does us no good to walk around keeping this stuff on the inside of us, carrying it to the point that you feel like you don't have another day to live, and then you want to start trying to fix it. No, I say go out and try to fix it today. Go out and reconnect. Go out and apologize. Go out and you know what? It's all good. And therefore, if we living like that, we want to give, we want to help one another, we want to bless one another. Then let's do that. Because when the day comes and we don't know the hour, we don't know the time. So I want to set my house in order. I want you to set your house in order. I want you to be ready for whatever comes your way. We're being prepared and we're letting God lead us. Turn your face to the wall today and talk to the Lord. Let him know how you feel and ask him to show you the things around your life that needs repairing, that needs to be fixed in your life, or so you can better serve him, in order so you can better live for him, and let the love of Jesus and the light of Jesus show through your life. That's my time for today. God bless you. I love you, and keep your head up.